45% of women are expected to be single by 2030, and the number rises 1.2% each year.
They are predicting that 40% of women will be single by the year 2030.
There is a gentleman right now who is live saying feminism has failed because 45%...
Coping won't be saving these women for too long. Reality is about to strike at their core.
They're predicting that 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030.
Yeah. By choice. They're doing it by choice.
Morgan Stanley predicted that 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single.
We are about to see a whole new world in the coming years, probably the end of dating. Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
45% of women are expected to be single and childless by 2030.
Do you think also feminism has lied to women, saying that your career was more important than actually raising children?
It's so hard because with that study that's saying that by 2030, more than 45% of women are going to be childless and single. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is that a lot of these women, if not already, which a lot of women are on antidepressants and anxiety medication, all that stuff, it's going to skyrocket. And women say, okay, I'm going to focus on my career, climb the corporate ladder, I'm going to go and have fun, find myself, then I'm going to find a partner, and then I'm going to have babies. And choosing your partner, who you're going to have babies with, is the most important thing. Your job is not going to be there for you.
I believe most then, 45% of women be lonely because Western women have screwed themselves over by their actions and treatment of men. Eastern women will take their men as passport bros is already here. As a man, I already decided for myself, stay alone, not interested in a relationship. I mean, I would like, but I see no sense in it anymore. Sadly, but it is how it is. Am I the only man who doesn't care about this at all? Better to focus on self-improvement and on doing good in the world. When life deals you cards, it's your job to make the most out of it. That's why there's many men overseas right now that has left the Western dating because it's crumbling and it's not getting any better. When women typically hear about this study, they always claim that women are happy being single and that men are the problem. Well, if that's the case, why are lesbians' divorce rates higher than the men's? The fact is, women have been lied to. They've fallen into that feminism trap. This is just the result. People are becoming less interested in dating because loyalty is almost non-existent in the world.
After fucking around for like the past 2 months, I think I'm finally ready to graduate from hookup culture. Like, I'm gonna stop going to guys' houses when they offer. I'm gonna say no because I just like, if I go to someone's house, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So I just need to stop, and I'm getting tired of it. Like, I'm finally over it. So from now on, we're gonna say no thank you, or maybe next time if a guy asks me to come over. And I'm just gonna like start sabotaging myself by not showering like right before my date like I would if I knew or was open to the possibility of sleeping with someone, so I can force myself not to sleep with them. Like, if I know that I'm not clean, I'm not gonna have sex with them, you know what I mean? And then another way that I used to do this when I had my place up in Seattle was I would purposefully leave my apartment dirty so that I couldn't bring a guy over. And that did work most of the time, except one time I really wanted to sleep with someone and I regretted it. So I made him like stand outside for like 5 minutes while I like tornadoed through my place and like put everything into the closet.
Disgusting.
This is sad. All the girls these days letting themselves be used and depleting their spiritual energy. We need to do this for ourselves, to be honest, and keep ourselves safe and sane. I'm so over it now too, but it was fun while it lasted. I realize sometimes them coming over is the reason why my place was so clean, for real. Like I enjoyed it for a moment, but now I'm over it. Basically, she's just done getting ran through. She's done letting multiple guys get a turn. And the amount of women supporting her is just as bad and adding to the problem. These women convince themselves by sleeping with multiple men they are just finding themselves. But really, it's just an excuse so they can sleep around. What exactly are they searching for having multiple partners? How is any of that fulfilling to them in any way? These are the types of women who hit the wall and wonders why men are looking the other way.
They are predicting that 40% of women will be single by the year 2030. And don't come for me because these are scientific studies. As in single, never been married, and never had kids. And honestly, I am not even surprised by this study at all. We have normalized hookup culture, and most people are on dating apps just for an ego boost and not to find actual love. Let's not forget how social media has truly made a negative impact in the dating world. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on this? Do you think this is actually going to happen? Do you think it's true? And yeah, what are your thoughts?
As a single mom with 2 kids, many people tell me to lower my standards because they think my value has decreased. Hell no, my standards are even higher now than when I was single with no kids. I think so. I no longer want marriage or a man. I just want to be a mom. I literally just decided I am no longer interested in dating. It's not worth my time. The negatives outweigh the positives. I'm going to focus on investments and traveling. As a 32 woman who has never been on the apps, doesn't date, and doesn't want kids. Yes, this is most definitely accurate. Like this woman mentioned, social media and hookup culture are probably 2 of the reasons this is happening. Keep in mind, this study was conducted by bankers because they wanted to see how they would invest in the coming years. People in general are just done with dating. The expectation a man has to meet today is just crazy. Most of them are looking for a daddy to pay their bills while they do nothing in return. Everything is on a decline at this point, even marriage.
Participating in hookup culture is one of the most misogynistic things you can do for yourself. It really only benefits men, and women take on most of the risks. Feminism has convinced women that sexual liberation through casual sex is empowerment. How is it empowering to give yourself to a man that only views you as an object? The bar is so low. All it takes is a drink or a Netflix special, and you allow a complete stranger to have access to your most intimate and vulnerable energy. And for what? How many of your hookups put your needs before theirs? Now, if you genuinely enjoy promiscuity, good for you. But the majority of women, if they were truly being honest with themselves, are seeking male validation, a sense of self-worth, and affection.
Hookup culture hurt these women both physically and mentally, and it hurts them even more when they're trying to get into relationships later on in their lives. Women look at hookup culture as being sexually liberated and being empowered, not sure what power they're getting, but moving on. It can even impact women's ability to pair bond. Again, none of this would be happening if women didn't open their legs. They control access to sex after all.
There is a gentleman right now who is live saying feminism has failed because 45% of women will be single and childless by 2030. And I'm letting you know, that is a feminism success, bruh. That is a feminism success. Alright? That means women are exercising a choice more than ever before to only get married, to only stay married, to only have kids when they want to. Not like our generations past where there was not a lot of opportunity and options to do anything else. That is a win if 45% of us are choosing to be single and childless. Feminism has not ruined it. As for me as a woman, I say it has made things so much better. Congratulations, ladies.
So our moving in the direction of societal collapse and extinction is a success of feminism, but men are beginning to not want relationships or children. Feminism is failing because women still require men to earn more money than they do in dating, effectively upholding the patriarchy with no male help. Childless and single women is a goal of radical feminism. That means it is winning. Women should be able to choose that. The women that are not wanted nor desired by men celebrates the most. I can't even believe she said this is a success, because I thought feminism was about equality, not destroying the family dynamic. There's nothing to be happy about when separating the genders by telling women they don't need men and can be strong by themselves. That is just truly evil.
Guys can sleep around, but if we do it, like, we get horny too.
Yeah.
It's okay if we just want to hook up once in a while and have it just be that.
I also think if a guy looks down on you for hooking up with him, that says a lot about what he thinks of himself.
Yeah.
Like, what? That's so crazy.
Because hookup culture benefits guys more than it will ever benefit girls. So some people are going to disagree with me, but let me explain. For starters, we knew that guys mainly just want sex. They rarely want commitment, but will do practically anything to get laid. Whereas girls, we're not super horn dogs. Some of us are, but not to that extreme. Y'all want to hook up like equally and with no commitment, whatever. Like, you do you, live your life. I'm not judging. The problem is that guys tend to lead girls on because they want to keep getting what they want, which is a hookup. And then girls are painted out to be clingy or obsessive or psycho because they catch feelings, but realistically it should be understandable to catch feelings when you're doing something so intimate instead of just being painted out as crazy. Now, what do girls even gain from it? Honestly, 5 minutes of faking it and not finishing 99% of the time, I really don't think I'm missing out.
Once you hit 30, it's panic button time. You are on a biological clock, 18, 25, prime. That is the moment of life where you have the most options you're ever going to have in life. 26 to about 29, the options going to dwindle, but it'll still be hit or miss whether you have a kid or not between that time. By 30, a woman loses 90% of her eggs. Men have sperm, and we can have kids damn near till we die. Women cannot have kids damn near till they die. By 35, you're basically cooked. After 35, it's a threat to your own health. So why are women under this assumption? Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to grind. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get my career. I'm going to level up in my career. I'm going to make sure my kid's straight. Then after all of that, I'm going to get Prince Charming.
No, it's not that. It's just more so like...
Why are you not urgent about it? I don't feel like you guys are urgent about it.
Just because I'm a single mom, I haven't lost my options. So the options are still there.
For
it's
what?
just... For a good man.
For attention?
For a good man.
They say, well, God gonna deliver me a man. No, he's not. God gave you free will. Good men don't fall out the sky. If you're not even making yourself available for a good man, how do you think one is coming?
They will rather hear a beautiful lie than a painful truth. She's delusional. I still have options as a single mom. No love. Because they have sex with you doesn't mean he's going to marry you. You're a toy. I'm 30. I agree, but I'm married and got babies. I look at women who are 30 and no man, like, damn sis, you better hurry up. The modern woman thinks she is forever beautiful and fertile. This is sad. I'm glad it's less and less men wasting their life explaining rudimentary things to rebellious women and getting passports. He's right. I knew a feminist that overvalued herself in her late 20s. Long story short, she tried to get pregnant after 35. The pregnancy deleted her. This is even more sad because it's coming from a single mother. You would think this woman would have her mind straight, but instead, she's still talking about having options rather than trying to find a single dad to be with. These women that believe that their beauty will carry them throughout their whole lives will fail. Instead of urging themselves and other women to make better life choices, they just lie to themselves. Where's the love that women had for other women? By not telling them the truth, it's only going to hurt them even more. The wall is truly undefeated at 35.
I'm a certified lover girl. Hookup culture is totally normal to me. I have no problem entering the dating scene. I actually feel really out of place and really uncomfortable and really scared because I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. I'm a certified lover girl. I tried dating someone and I'm gonna get back out there. No, I don't want to. Certified lover girl. I've been in multiple long monogamous relationships. I think I need to be single for a little while, actually. I think I'm gonna keep being single.
Morgan Stanley predicted that 45% of women between the ages of 25 and 44 will be single and childless by 2030. One of the reasons is because the number of prime working age women in the US has been increasing steadily, and most of these women are single and completely focused on their career. That single childless women very generally tend to be much more unhappy, much unhealthier, especially mentally, much lonelier and much less fulfilled than women who have a husband and children. This is just statistically true. This has been proven through many different types of studies and research. But this is bigger than a woman's happiness. This is about the bedrock of any healthy society. What is the bedrock of any healthy society? It's not money. It's not buying things. It's not consumerism. It's the family. It's the family unit. It's always been that way.
No, it's because these men are absolute crap. The destruction of the family unit is the cause of the increase in violence. Lack of respect for others, banned reality. Women say they're happy single and childless, but women lead in prescribed antidepressant medication. Somebody lying. Isn't it crazy how you're gonna end your bloodline? Just because you don't want to have a kid, that frightens me that my bloodline will go extinct. One of the reasons why I think this is happening is because women now are making their own money. So because of that, they feel like they don't need a man in their lives anymore. The family unit used to be something that people looked up to and aspired to create. Now, in women's eyes, it's seen as just being the man's slave instead of a partner. The women who claim to be happy single are coping because everyone wants somebody in their lives at some point. And statistics shows that the rise of antidepressant pills are used often by women.
It's one side. Look, that's why American relationships are failures. Mm-hmm. That's why American women on a global context are the worst for relationships, long-term period. That's why the divorce rate is the highest in the world here. And that's why on the desirability level, American women are at the bottom of the global barrel. This is all statistically documented from men, because at the end of the day, the ones who decide if a woman is valuable for a relationship is men.
Well, the man is the person that's going to have to, obviously, propose and buy the ring and all that stuff.
And give them the ring.
Real quick, I just want to have everybody answer this.
The number one thing that I learned from being intentionally single for a long period of time: no one can save you but yourself. A relationship isn't going to change the way that you feel about your life and yourself on the inside. Relationships can add value to our lives, but they cannot complete us. They cannot fix us. They cannot save us. Doing your inner work first will always give you the assurance that you're choosing to be in a relationship for the right reasons.
There is a reason that men make fun of single women.
And what reason would that be?
Whether it be a single mom or someone who's just chosen to never marry. And it's because they feel threatened.
Somehow I doubt that.
The more women who take that route, the less women there will be available to them. And they're afraid of other women looking at those women who are single and being like, oh, like she's actually pretty happy and satisfied, and then following suit.
That's an interesting theory. I'll give one that.
So they make fun of them and try to paint them in a bad light so that doesn't happen.
That doesn't make a lot of sense, does it?
And the reason men want a larger dating pool is not because they actually like women and want to find like their soulmate or someone they love they want to share their life with.
Oh, okay. So what is the reason?
They're afraid of being alone. Well, they are afraid of being alone.
Some perhaps, but a large amount of men are actually perfectly happy being single.
But it's because they don't know how to do things for themselves. They want a wife because they want someone to cook and clean for them and take care of everything and basically be their mother who they can also sleep with.
That's actually not what most men want, but by all means, go on with that narrative.
Nothing makes a man angrier than seeing an older woman who is single and happy. Before, men come in my comments like, I am married. I am married to a man. But if you don't want to be alone forever, you're just going to have to step up, because women are finally standing up for themselves and asking for more. And that more is what they've always deserved.
Granted, there are some men out there that do seem to enjoy making fun of women that are single. However, whether right or wrong, a lot of those women tend to make it a little bit too easy to do. But I digress. But do bear in mind that there are quite a few men out there that are actually choosing the peace of being single for a lot of the same reasons that women are. But I guess if one is going to worry about men making fun of women that are going to remain single, then I suppose one should keep that same energy for women that make fun of men for doing the very same thing.
I've been single for a decade, worked on myself, and if this woman is what's out there, I'll stay single. I'm more than self-sufficient as a single dad, and I like it that way. The dating scene has made me realize I'm better off by myself. She has no clue. Been single since 11 and am enjoying the peace for sure. Have no plans to be with someone. Whatever happened to a woman being so proud to raise an awesome family? The best way to contribute back to the world. After a few relationships failing after so much effort and wasted love. Care. It's better single 37 and happy. This is what it's like listening to a woman who has no idea what men wants. Men are the simplest creatures on the planet, and yet this woman got everything wrong. Men aren't threatened by women who chooses to be single. In fact, some of them feel relieved because they don't want to be approached due to the fact that they enjoy their peace. And a man can cook and clean by himself. He doesn't necessarily require those things from a woman. But if he is going to provide for the family, you as a woman has to do your part as well. This is the disconnect that we have. Women do not understand men very well. They just feel like they do.